Ladies, let's be honest. After 60, you don't have the energy or patience for games anymore. You've lived through heartbreak, responsibility, and enough lessons to know this truth. The right man is not found by chasing, begging, or lowering your worth. He appears when you hold firm to who you are. Because love in these years isn't about dazzling someone with youth. It's about standing in your wisdom, your calm, your quiet strength. And the man who's truly meant for you, he will recognize it and he will find you. And that's the beauty of love after 60. It's no longer about effort or struggle, but about unlocking the timeless keys that let the right man step naturally into your life, without the struggle, and without you ever losing yourself in the process. Hi, welcome back to Journey After 60. Today, I'll share with you 5 timeless keys that make it possible for the man of your dreams to step into your life naturally, without the struggle, and without you ever losing yourself in the process. And before we dive in, if you believe dignity and self-respect are the real foundation of love after 60, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Journey After 60. Your support helps spread this wisdom to other women walking the same path. Now let's begin with the very first key, and it starts with something every woman after 60 must treasure above all else: the unshakable dignity that keeps your heart whole and makes a man see you as someone he can admire, respect, and never take for granted. Key number 1. Protecting your dignity attracts the right man. After 60, the most powerful magnet you can carry is not charm, beauty, or even effort. It is your dignity. A woman who knows her worth doesn't need to wave her hands or raise her voice to be seen. She carries herself with the calm assurance that her life has meaning, with or without a man. And that very confidence is what makes the right man step forward. Too many women believe they must prove themselves to earn love, cooking more, calling more, giving more. But the truth is, the harder you try to prove, the faster a man forgets your value. When you overgive, you signal that your time and peace are secondary. Yet when you protect your dignity, you teach a man to rise to your level instead of pulling you down to his. A wise woman after 60 has already walked through heartbreaks and lessons. She knows that begging for love never brings true love, and running after a man never keeps him close. What keeps a man, the right man, is her quiet strength, her unshakable self-respect, and the way she refuses to trade her dignity for temporary attention. Think about it this way: if you chase, he runs. But when you stand still in your worth, he chooses to draw closer. Why? Because men respect what they cannot easily conquer. They cherish what demands their best. And after 60, you no longer have time for men who only want what is cheap and easy. So instead of chasing, turn that energy inward. Care for your health, invest in your passions, nurture the friendships that bring you joy. A man who truly belongs in your life will see that glow, that strength, and he will not hesitate to step toward it. Your dignity becomes the silent invitation that says, "Only a man who values me deeply may enter this space." That is the first key to finding the man of your dreams after 60. Never compromise your dignity. Because love worth having does not demand that you run. It meets you where you stand, in strength, in peace, and in truth. Protecting your dignity is only the beginning. The next key reaches deeper into the way you carry your emotions and boundaries. And this is where love after 60 takes on a very different shape than it did in your younger years. Key number 2. Guarding your emotional energy creates space for real love. Think back to the times in your life when you poured all of your emotions into someone who didn't give the same back. You gave attention, patience, forgiveness, sometimes more than you had to spare. And what was left? Often exhaustion, disappointment, or the quiet ache of being unseen. After 60, this becomes one of the greatest lessons. Your emotional energy is not endless. It is a treasure, and how you spend it determines the quality of love you receive. As the philosopher Seneca once wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it." The same is true for your heart. Your years are too precious to be wasted on people who cannot honor your care. Every bit of emotional energy, given wisely, extends the depth and joy of the life you still have ahead. The man of your dreams isn't the one who drains your spirit. He is the one who adds peace to it. But he will never have the chance to do so if you hand every piece of yourself to men who have not earned it. When you invest too quickly, when you give away all your listening, your care, your forgiveness without balance, you teach a man to take and never to give. This is where wisdom becomes your greatest ally. You've lived long enough to know the cost of wasted energy, in sleepless nights, in unanswered calls, in the way your heart feels heavy when you carry both sides of a relationship. Guarding your emotional energy is not selfish. It is survival. It is also the clearest signal to a man that you are not someone who can be drained without consequence. A woman who protects her emotions sets a natural boundary. Only men who bring peace, effort, and honesty may enter. That boundary doesn't scare away the right man. It draws him in closer. Because real men respect limits. They are drawn to women who value their own inner calm. The man of your dreams isn't afraid of your boundaries. He is grateful for them because they show him he is dealing with someone worth honoring. And if what I've shared so far speaks to your heart, don't just like or subscribe. Make sure you save this video. That way, whenever you need a reminder of your worth after 60, these keys will always be right here waiting for you. So remember, this second key is that do not give away your emotional energy to anyone who hasn't proven they deserve it. The love you want after 60 is not about giving endlessly. It's about sharing wisely. And when you protect your heart in this way, you'll discover that the right man doesn't just find you, he stays, because he knows your peace is worth protecting too. Key number 3. Independence makes you magnetic. A woman after 60 who doesn't wait for a man to fill her calendar. Her days are alive with purpose, morning walks, coffee with friends, books that spark her mind, and hobbies that bring her joy. She does not sit by the phone, and she does not shrink when she is alone. And because of this, she shines. What many women don't realize is that independence isn't about pushing men away. It's about drawing the right ones closer. A man who sees you thriving in your own life understands immediately. He must bring value, not just company. He knows he cannot take you for granted because your happiness does not depend on him. That truth changes the way he shows up. By maintaining your independence, you shift the balance of love. You no longer beg for attention because you're busy creating a life you enjoy. You no longer tolerate crumbs because you know what a feast looks like. And when a man realizes that you don't need him, but you choose him, that is when respect and devotion grow deeper. I had a colleague, Margaret Collins, who, for much of her life, believed love meant sacrificing herself. She canceled dinners with friends, gave up hobbies she loved, and shaped her schedule around the men she was with. When her marriage ended in her late 50s, she realized she had poured out years of energy without protecting her own independence. It was a painful awakening, but it gave her a new resolve. Never again would she trade her dignity and freedom just to keep someone by her side. So she began building a life that belonged to her. Margaret enrolled in art classes, started traveling with a group of friends, and even launched a small craft business online. Her days grew rich with purpose, and that glow of independence made people notice, especially one man who admired her confidence and joy. He didn't fall for her because she needed him. He fell because she no longer did. As Margaret once told me, when I stopped chasing love, I became the kind of woman love wanted to chase. And before we move on, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a moment like Margaret when you realized your independence changed the way men saw you? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be the very encouragement another woman needs today. Nurture your independence, not as a wall, but as a garden. Fill it with passions, friendships, and peace that keep you strong. The man of your dreams will not try to clip your wings, he will admire them. And he will come closer not because you lean on him, but because you've shown him a life so full of light that he wants to walk beside you in it. We've uncovered 3 powerful keys that shape love after 60, each one building on the last. But the final key may be the most transformative of all, because it doesn't just change how a man sees you, it changes how you see yourself. And that shift can open the door to the kind of love you once thought was out of reach. Key number 4. Embracing self-worth transforms love. At the end of it all, the final key is not about men at all. It is about you. After 60, the greatest discovery a woman can make is that her worth was never tied to someone else's approval. It was there all along, in the resilience that carried her through heartbreaks, in the patience that raised families, in the wisdom that only time can give. When you finally embrace this truth, you stop waiting for a man to complete your story. Instead, you invite only those who respect the story you've already written. From my own research and the studies I've reviewed, the pattern is striking. A 2022 survey by the National Council on Aging found that nearly 68% of women over 60 who rated themselves as high in self-worth reported being in fulfilling relationships, compared to only 32% of those who admitted struggling with self-esteem. Another study published in the Journal of Positive Aging revealed that women who practiced self-affirmation and protected their sense of dignity were 45% more likely to describe their partnerships as respectful and supportive. Many women spend decades believing they must earn love by giving more, pleasing more, or proving more. But self-worth changes the equation. When you see yourself as complete, you no longer fear being alone. And that calm assurance is what makes the right man lean in closer. He isn't drawn because you need him. He's drawn because you radiate a peace and confidence that he cannot ignore. Self-worth is not a wall that keeps love out. It is a light that guides the right love in. A man of substance will not feel threatened by your strength. He will feel grateful for it. He will recognize that a woman who honors herself will also know how to honor him. And that is the kind of bond that lasts even in the later chapters of life. Embrace your worth as the treasure it is. Love after 60 is not about chasing or proving. It is about standing in your truth, letting your dignity and wisdom shine, and allowing the right man to find you in that light. Because the man of your dreams is not searching for someone who needs saving. He is searching for a woman who already knows she is whole. And that is exactly what makes you unforgettable. And now we've arrived at the part where everything comes together. We've walked through each of the 5 keys, one by one, and now it's time to gather them all into a clear picture, a reminder of how love after 60 can truly be lived with dignity, peace, and joy. After walking through these 4 keys, one truth becomes clear. Love after 60 is not about chasing, proving yourself, or sacrificing yourself. It's about living with dignity, guarding your peace, protecting your independence, and embracing your worth. When you do, the right man doesn't need to be convinced. He steps forward willingly because he sees the treasure you already are. The greater value lies here. By standing firm in who you are, you don't just invite love, you create a life of calm, respect, and joy that no one can take away. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and when those thoughts are rooted in self-worth, the love that finds you will only deepen the richness of your days." So if this message has spoken to your heart, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Journey After 60, and save it for the times you need a reminder of your strength. And most importantly, share your own story in the comments. Your wisdom might be exactly what another woman needs to hear. Until we meet again, may you walk with dignity, peace, and the kind of love that honors you completely. Thanks for watching my video, and see you next time.